Hello, this is Dr. Young. I'm going to go over your week 2 assignments. So let's see what we got going on this week. There we go. So you have a quiz, discussion board, an individual paper, and a group project, which it's not going to be actually the group project, but more of a team selection. So you're going to select a manager, and I'll get back to that later. Okay, so for your second discussion, you're going to select 2 managers of an organization. Explain how the strategic plan will contribute to their jobs. And then identify the importance of having a strategic plan available to managers. Okay, so based on your readings, you're going to talk about what's the overall strategy and how does it help managers manage effectively, and why is that important? You have to reply to at least 2 classmates. If you want to reply to me, that's fine. That can count as one of them. It's not required that you respond to me. I don't want you to feel like you have to respond to what I post. If you want to count that as one of your responses, that's fine though, with me. So it's up to you. I don't respond to every classmate, usually just respond to so many, because I don't want to. In the past, basically, when I respond to a classmate or a student, they think they have to respond to me, and I don't want everyone just responding to me. I want you to interact with each other as well. You have a quiz that's worth 100 points. It is a randomized quiz based on your text. I don't know why I keep flipping over. Sorry, I have issues with my Mac. It's today. Anyway, the group project is not, it's basically picking a manager. So all you're doing this week, the only thing you're doing this week is picking a manager. And select a team leader. So I'm going to go ahead and assign you groups. And then on your team boards, you're going to discuss who's going to be the team leader. Somebody needs to be the leader. Somebody needs to delegate tasks and communicate. So I'm going to let you decide that for yourselves. And then you're going to write a paper. The team leader is going to write a paper. Well, everyone needs to contribute writing to it. Again, in the real world, you would decide who's doing what amongst yourselves. That's what I expect in this class. Now, I want you to ask me any questions that you might have. I don't want anyone out there confused, but I'm going to create a team. I'm going to just look here. Let's see. I'm going to go to collaborations. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, you can use the chat board to communicate as well if you would like to. But I think what I'm going to do here is create some discussion boards for your teams. I'm going to assign you to them. Okay, so look, it might be at the bottom when I get them posted, down here at the bottom. But look down there for discussion forums, and you can use that to communicate with your team. Okay. Going back to week 2. Anyway, so all I'm looking for as a deliverable for this assignment is a one-page paper talking about, you don't have to have a title page, the name of the team, all the team members, the name of your HR manager, and some background on that manager, his or her position in the company he or she works for. So give me a little bit of background on that. The who, what, when, why, where there. And you can include a copy of the document where the HR manager accepts the invitation to be part of the project. I would like to see that as well. This assignment will be graded according to this rubric. As soon as my Excel pops up. Sorry, it's a little slow. Yeah, it's this rubric right here. I have comments and score. You know, the score, comments, summary comments at the bottom. Let's see. I think Zoom's on. Like this Zoom might be the best place for this. This is a different. Let's see. Let me just check this because this is a different platform. Let's see here. I don't know if that's the right password. Okay, so you can use Zoom for a meeting if you want to do that. I'm not sure. I think you all have it on there. If not, but either way, used to be we had group study on the other LMS, which is kind of easier to, navigate a little bit. I mean, you could just set up groups and everything. It was pretty easy. This is a little different, so if you want to use the chat to have meetings, you can do that. But if you just want to write, or email each other, but if you want discussion boards, I'm going to set those up for you as well. Because you kind of need to know what team you're on anyway, and those discussion boards will have the name of everyone in the team. But, I'm going to let you be flexible on how you all want to communicate, because that's your call. And I don't, whatever works for you. But I think that discussion boards are just going to have everyone's team members. So you have, okay, this is where, you know where you could find who's on your team. So I'm going to set these up for you. And by the time you log in again, they should be there. It is Sunday night, so I know it's cutting it close. And I don't leave these on here, so I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take it off because I don't like discussion responses and any initial post to be on the same thing. So I'm going to take that off. Alright, so you always put your discussions in your, I don't know why I did that week of all weeks. I should have done it up here. You always post your initial answer and your responses on the same thread, and I'll be taking these off because they're just, it means I have to go to 2 places to grade, and I don't want to do that. It just seems like it just takes more time than it needs to. We're not going to filter everyone's responses by name. Okay, so anyway, enough of that. And the last thing is a paper on business management and strategy. Okay, so you're going to, in the text it's going to talk about HR management tools. In the paper you're going to select 2 of them. You just need to have 2. And then, that should be, you have all the strategy information. And you get a little, the introduction And the first chapter is kind of an overview. When you get it really into strategy and analysis in chapter 3, you get really in detail there, and then you get information on the tools that you can use. So that's what you want to focus on. Present the importance and benefit of each tool for HR and the organization in general. Now for this paper, you need to use 2 other sources from other than the textbook. So make sure that you do that. Paper should be 1 to 3 pages long, and that does not include a title or reference page. So you do need a title and reference page, but the content does not, in other words, that doesn't count in the content. You should have 1 to 3 pages of actual content, the body of the paper. And I just wanted to make sure that you understand that is not included in that. What I really don't want to see, I mean, I'd rather obviously see a comprehensive paper, probably 2 to 3 pages long, but I don't want you submitting a title page, a couple paragraphs, and a reference page. That's not going to get you a good grade. So make sure that you offer a lot of detail and use other sources. Okay, so that should be it. It's a lot of work this week. But if you have any questions about the teamwork aspect of it, hold on, let's just go and just remember all paper should be written in APA style. I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to go to this. So you can see here for the group project, you're selecting the manager. But then we go on down towards the end, and then we have interview. And then this is the second part of it, is when you basically give me a paper outlining the interview that you did. And there's a guiding questions document for you. There's a 10-page limit, so don't go over that. That isn't not including the title page, any appendices, or reference list. So what you're doing is you're interviewing your manager with this document, and then you're going back through your course and comparing what the manager's experience has been versus what we've read about in the course and discussed in the course. That's really what the gist of this project is. You're given a team conclusion, like a general conclusion. So basically, things that you all can agree on, and then individual feelings about the activity and the interview. And that's really it. But I'll go over that in more detail later. But I wanted to give you an idea of what you're doing overall. Why are you picking a manager to interview? That's why. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know, and I'll be happy to assist you. Thanks for listening, and have a great week.